now Bill O'Reilly's in there. Can I put you on to him?
Bill O'Reilly's in there.
Yeah, Bill O'Reilly's in there.
Yes, Bill O'Reilly. He's the man. Bow down.
Listen, he's been here only a couple hours, so maybe I missed him. But have you seen John Ensign in there?
No.
What about Mark Sanford?
Why are you asking questions like that?
David Vitter?
Why are you asking questions like that?
Because these are all values voters, right? These are people that uphold strong moral values. Why do you think they weren't here? Maybe David Vitter's having his diaper changed. Mark Sanford might be hiking that Appalachian Trail.
Low down dirty liberal.
Mark Sanford. Did he make
Sanford?
it? Yeah.
Now wait a minute. Hold on. Stop. Just a minute.
Mark Sanford?
I don't know.
Oh. I don't know either. I haven't seen any of these guys.
Okay.
Hey, listen. If you need any booty, any marijuana, cocaine.
Mark Sanford would not show up to a meeting like this because.
What about his gay lieutenant governor? Would he come?
You know what? I really don't feel like we're talking to you right now.
What about David Vitter? Would David Vitter come to one of these things?
If you're going to be dishonest and rude, I'm not.
What about David Vitter? Did he show up in diapers? You're not drunk, are you?
No.
All right. David Vitter too. You wish David Vitter would have resigned? I mean, he dressed up in diapers and had prostitutes spank him.
I don't know enough about Vitter. I'm not from Louisiana.
Right.
And I do think that there can be someone can make a one-time mistake and things like that you can that someone can be forgiven. But when there's a pattern and when there is especially when there's a continued pattern like with Sanford and where there's also things on top of it.
I just got to interrupt.
Misuse of funds and things like that.
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think Mark Foley would find you really cute. I really do.
I don't think so. I wouldn't let him anywhere near me.
Guys, if you need any drugs, you need any cocaine, marijuana, anything like that, let me know. I'll see if I can hook you up.
We can.
John Ensign, you didn't see him, did you?
No, I did not.
What about Mark Sanford? Did he make the Value Voter Summit? David Vitter?
Cute dude.
What about David Vitter? Maybe he's off getting his diaper changed. Listen, I got here late. Did I miss John Ensign this morning?
John Ensign didn't speak.
What about Mark Sanford? Did he show up?
Nope.
Did David Vitter make it?
Who?
David Vitter? Maybe he's...
None of us were invited.
Why? Some of the folks I didn't see in there didn't really look too hard. John Ensign, he wasn't in there. Mark Sanford wasn't in there. David Vitter didn't make it tonight. Larry Craig missed the party. So did Mark Foley. So I'm wondering, one of the things that unify all these folks is they're all Republicans, right? And they've all had sexual peccadillos, some with males, some with females. You all done? And this was the Values Voter Summit. Right. I'm curious, how do you think the rest of us vote? I mean, if you folks vote on the basis of values, what's everyone else vote on the basis of?
We should all have values too.
Values too?
Sure.
So, is the name kind of meaningless?
You could look at it that way.
Hey guys, values voters?
I am, yes.
My name's Mike. You folks vote on the basis of values. What do the rest of us vote on?
Pocketbooks.
Pocketbooks? With his child. He was calling Andrea Macris, a young producer, saying, if you breathe a word of this to anyone, Fox News will destroy you. But this is what he was saying to her. Middle of the night, she'd get this call. So anyway, I'd be rubbing your big boobs and getting your nipples really hard, kind of kissing your neck from behind. And then I would take the other hand with a falafel thing, and I would put it on your pussy, but you'd have to do it really light, kind of a tease business. Now this was recorded. This was filed in a court filing under oath. And what I'm trying to figure out is, why do you think Tony Perkins hitched his wagon to Bill O'Reilly's star? Do you think it was appropriate for Bill O'Reilly to be here tonight? Come on, you're a leader. You've got to be able... I mean, Republicans can't go up against Rush Limbaugh, Glenn Beck. You're cream of the crop, and this demonstrates you as having no cojones whatsoever. Doesn't it? Just one last thing. Bill O'Reilly's in there right now. And while his wife was at home pregnant with his child, he was calling a young producer, preying on her. Middle of the night, this is what he said to her. This is just an excerpt of a longer quote. So anyway, I'd be rubbing your big boobs and getting your nipples really hard, kind of kissing your neck from behind. And then I would take the other hand with a falafel thing, and I'd just put it on your pussy, but you'd have to do it really light. Just kind of a tease business. Why do you think they brought Bill O'Reilly here? Bill O'Reilly, he was the guy, while his wife was home pregnant with his kid, was calling one of the girls that worked in his office late at night, all hours of the night. This is an exact quote. He said, so anyway, I'd be rubbing your boobs and getting your nipples. I don't want to go that much further, but he was saying nasty things to a girl that worked for him, and then he'd tell her after he was done doing the dirty talk on the phone and satisfying himself, he'd tell her, if you tell anyone, Fox News will destroy you. I will destroy you. Roger Ailes will destroy you. What I'm trying to figure out is, why did they have that guy here tonight?
Bill O'Reilly. Well, I guess they agreed with some of the things he has to say.
Yeah, I think that's it. But I think it kind of also demonstrates that it's not really about values. It's about power and money for a lot of these folks in the leadership. I mean, every single Republican that came there and talked today, and that will talk tomorrow, voted against S-CHIP. Do you know what S-CHIP is?
S-CHIP.
S-CHIP is a program that provides health insurance to children.
Okay, yeah, I remember that.
And if this country, a lot of folks call it a Christian country, if this country can't provide health care to children, what kind of values are we talking about?
Well, they probably would provide health care to children in other ways, just not with that government program.
Well, the reason the government program was formed was that because these children weren't getting health care in other ways. The churches weren't stepping up. The churches were spending an awful lot of money trying to, quote-unquote, preserve marriage. They were spending an awful lot of money trying to, bend abortion laws and make it more difficult for women to get abortions.
Well, maybe that's where the faith-based initiatives would come in to provide health care for children.
But why didn't they? George Bush was around for 8 years, and there was a Republican Congress for 6 years, and we had all this incentivizing of faith. Bill O'Reilly's in there right now, right?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
So when he was, when his wife was home pregnant with his kids, he used to call up and prey upon a young producer, a young girl that he had working for him. I mean, he can't be trusted with your daughters. He used to call her up in the middle of the night, and this is an exact quote here. So anyway, I'd be rubbing your big boobs and getting your nipples really hard, kind of kissing your neck from behind, and then I would take the other hand with a falafel thing, and I'd just put it on your pussy, but you'd have to do it really light, just kind of tease business. That's Bill O'Reilly. Why do you think he's in there?
Well, do you think somebody could have set him up?
I don't think so. I mean, he initiated the phone call, and she recorded it and told him to stop doing this, that she didn't like it, and she had it all on tape. And how do you set up a man to cheat on his wife when she's pregnant at home with your kid? I would never do that. I don't think you'd ever do that, right?
No, I wouldn't do that.
If you do want to, I know where the prostitutes are in this town. Just let me know, all right? Or if you need any drugs, marijuana, crack, I'll help you out.